Orlando, Florida is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. And it's not just because babies are being born here, it's actually people moving here. 80% of Orlando's growth is due to people moving to the area. But I do want to point out to you that not all of life in Orlando is like living in a magic kingdom. So stick around because we're going to talk about my top 5 disadvantages to living in Orlando. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista. I'm a realtor here in Central Florida, and if you are interested in moving to the Orlando area, please feel free to hit subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified when my weekly video goes up. Let's dive right into my top 5 disadvantages to living in Orlando. Number 1, it can be physically punishing to live here. Orlando is hot. I know that's no surprise, but it is really hot here, and sometimes you just want to go to a beach, right, and just jump into the water. But listen, you're an hour from the beach. Well, maybe a little bit less, but it's going to take you about an hour, and sometimes, especially on the weekends, there's a lot of traffic. So even when you get there, you can end up driving around looking for a place to park. You can either pay to park or you can drive on the beach, which of course also costs money. Then you're on a beach with cars. Who really wants that? No one. Let's talk about hair. My hair is naturally straight. You'll notice I film a lot of these videos indoors, and that's because outside, even after 20 minutes, my hair is even straighter than it is right now. Humidity just weighs it down. And my naturally curly-haired friends report the exact opposite problem. Relatedly, it's kind of difficult to know how to dress some days, especially if you're trying to look professional. For someone like me, I'm jumping in and out of the car all the time. It is really hard to work up the desire to put on a suit. It's much easier to just wear shorts and flip-flops. But let me explain something to you about flip-flops. Your feet grow really used to not having anything around them. And then when you do actually have to put shoes on, don't be surprised if your feet do not like it. Number 2. Now, admittedly, I'm not the sort of person who's super afraid of bugs or snakes or gators. I know a lot of people are. That's just not something that bothers me. But there is one bug that does drive me crazy, and it's called a palmetto bug. I don't know if you've ever heard of a palmetto bug. I think it's just the politically correct term for a cockroach. So, look at your big toe. Actually, no. Go find the biggest person with the biggest toe that you can possibly find. Now imagine that it's dark brown and it has wings and it's flying towards you. That is a palmetto bug. They are, in a word, disgusting. My cats love to lay next to one air conditioning vent where the palmetto bugs seem to enter our house through. They are large bugs, but they are very flat and they don't have a problem getting in through small spaces. And my cats grab them and use them as toys, and I find them destroyed all around the kitchen. It's great. Gators. I bet when you think about moving to Florida, you think about living on a pond or a lake, and maybe you're even imagining yourself taking a dip in that water. Who needs the beach, right? You've got a lake in your backyard. Ever wonder why you don't see anyone swimming in lakes around here? Well, that's because of alligators. It's kind of safe to assume that every body of water has a gator in it, even your swimming pool sometimes. Now, gators don't commonly attack people unless you're really hanging out in their natural habitat, and that's why we generally don't swim in lakes here. And gators do actually like the taste of small pets, so it's best to keep your pets close to home if you do want to live lakefront. Well, no list of complaints about Central Florida would be complete without mentioning love bugs. Love bugs are a plague that fly through Central Florida twice a year. They get stuck in your hair, your lipstick, the front of your house, inside your front door, and all over your car. They're little bugs that fly around. They're kind of connected. They just swarm, the best way I can put it. There's just thousands of them all at once. It's not very pleasant, but the good thing is they are gone. They're just here for a week or two, and then they disappear for several months and come back again later on. The main thing regarding love bugs is you really need to keep your car cleaned because they can damage the paint on your car. Number 3, guests. You want to move to Orlando because it's awesome and fun, right? Well, guess what? All your friends from home are going to want to visit you for the same reason. Get the guest room if you can afford it. And if you can't, make sure you have an air mattress because people are going to want to come visit you. This phenomenon does something actually interesting to the housing market. It makes homes with downstairs guest bedrooms a little bit more expensive. Number 4, additional expenses. See that boat in your neighbor's garage? That looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Maybe you'll need a boat. Maybe you'll need fishing gear. Maybe you'll need some jet skis. Maybe you'll need a wakeboard. It all adds up though. There is a lot to do in Florida, especially on the weekends, and you want your weekend to be fun, but believe me, it costs money. Yes, you can get a discount when you get an annual pass to Disney or Universal or SeaWorld, but don't forget to buy the additional parking pass also. And remember, food is really expensive there when you're in the tourist areas. And of course, who moves to Florida without getting a pool home? Don't forget to add extra money for maintenance of the pool, for your higher power bill. A pool is not just a luxury here, it is almost a necessity. Number 5, traveling. Don't forget, Florida is a long and narrow state, and Orlando is in the center of it. Yes, you can go to the beaches in either direction, east or west, and be there in about an hour. But after a while, the general flat landscape of Orlando can get a little boring, and at some point, even the beach's magic wears off. Maybe you want to try something different. Don't forget, Orlando isn't tropical, so there's always the draw of Miami or the Keys. And we do have Georgia to the north if you feel like seeing some mountains. But believe it or not, both the Keys and the mountains of Georgia are an 8-hour drive. It seems funny, but that's true. So it is a little bit difficult to escape this general flat landscape of Central Florida. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to try to convince you not to move to Central Florida. I just want to give you a realistic opinion of some of the disadvantages to living here. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Here's all my contact information. Thanks. Bye-bye.